Retrofest! It is May the 29th. It is 7:45 and it's a Friday evening on a beautiful day here in the UK. 23 degrees and just perfect weather for travelling across the country to go to the highlight of my year, and that is Retrofest. You might have seen my video last year of Retrofest, and I'm going to do something similar this time. But this time, I also did something a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to backtrack now and show you where I went with Thomas a couple of weeks ago. So on the Saturday, Thomas and I visited Zapp Live, which is a show in, well, it's now in Coventry. I don't know, it's just moved to a new location in Coventry. And Zapp Live is a Commodore-based event, but there's also lots of other, I mean, you could find pretty much every system that you would find in the homes, early 80s to the late 90s. Everything was there. It was really lovely, and it's a gaming-based event more than the machines. I think it's more about the games, but it's also about the machines as well. There were lots of luminaries of the retrosphere, I think, is the best way to say that. But there have been lots of videos out already about Zapp Live, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but just a bit of footage of the bits and pieces that I saw while I was there and some of the people that I bumped into. It was fantastic. I had a great time.
Let's do that.
It's a Hoffman.
Hey!
Yeah,
good.
Hey, mate. You all right? Yeah? Derek. And Chris. Putting it. It's Karen. Hello. All right, what you got?
The retro junk.
Oh, nice. I like the colour. The patina. Nice. What's this stain?
I don't know. So there's a scab there as well.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
For a 1200 as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Dan! Am I recording? Yeah. It's Dan! Look, it's tiny.
So yeah, it's really sweet and small, and it's just like an Amiga 600 console, games console kind of thing.
But the keys are functional.
It's a fully working keyboard, and it's just a Raspberry Pi in the back. It's got the power on it. It's got HDMI out, so you use it like your console. But then,
insane. What on earth have you done there?
I don't think anyone's put a screen under the keyboard on a laptop.
What?
Thank you, Tommy.
That is. You fit a laptop, an Amiga laptop inside an Amiga that's already a smaller Amiga.
It's like Inception. Amiga in an Amiga.
Yeah. So that's probably, I'm going to say, 2/3 the size of an Amiga 600?
Yeah, it's a sort of larger than a mini because it needs a working keyboard, and those mini keyboards are too small.
You need some space for your hands on there, don't you?
But yeah, it's an 8-inch screen, and the key thing is it's 4x3, so it's proper retro.
Yeah.
Keycaps,
nice
proper
screen.
retro. Yeah, not little IPS, 8-inch IPS screen. So yeah, it's retro as you get, even down to the 90s iMac transparent 3D printed.
A nice 3D print as well.
So
You've got translucency.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's got that nice 600 vibe. I call it the J book. You know, J minor.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Because it was his birthday like a while back.
So what's you've got a lot of lipo in there driving it, or giving it power?
It's just got a little Raspberry Pi UPS with 3 little batteries, a normal Raspberry Pi 4B, and a video board.
That's brilliant.
And yeah.
And a wireless keyboard.
And a Bluetooth keyboard.
Bluetooth keyboard.
So you can use it anywhere you like.
So we had a fantastic day at Zapp Live.
Special.
But if you want to know a bit more
Commodore
about it, I
64.
highly recommend Seb's place TV channel, and he made a video about the roaming spectrum. But he took the roaming spectrum to Zapp Live, and he did a bit of filming there. But he made this amazing video just to showcase the roaming spectrum, going back to the Sinclair's roots in Cambridge and looking where the spectrum was born, and just made one of the best videos I think I've ever seen. It was absolutely a joy to watch. So I'll put a link in the description to that video. Go and watch it. And Seb is just a brilliant fella as well. After Zapp Live, Thomas and I travelled across to Stroud, and Saturday and Sunday morning we pitched up at the Retro Collective Mill Museum. It's not a mill museum. It's not a museum full of mills. It's a museum in a mill. And we had a Patreon day there. There was all sorts going on there. I won't go into too much detail. If you want to see what's happening there, the talk was fantastic. The people that were there were fantastic. But Neil will be making his own video about that day. So I won't go into too much detail. But that was venue number 2 that I visited within this fortnight. 2.5 hours to get there. Well, I've been on the road for a bit, but 2.5 hours from now to get there. And I'm going to be there tonight and up in the morning and into the venue to get set up.
Was it that Germany?
In a quarter of a mile, at Galley's Corner, take the 3rd exit and stay on A120 heading to M11, Stansted.
Palming at office.
M11.
In half a mile, slight right onto the slip road to M25.
A rather lovely London sunset. M4. More M4. Still on the M4. 4 lanes, 3 of them closed. Still on the M4. Getting dark.
In half a mile, at junction 15, take the A346, A419 exit to Marlborough, Swindon.
No spaces. Oh. Big jelly. Rainfall shower. Oh, lovely. I'm on the other side. Chocolate's bigger this year. Eat that later. Almost forgot the most important thing. Air conditioning. Uneventful journey. And I'm here now in my lovely room. I really like these rooms. And it's not very expensive. I am quite impressed. Anyway, so I bumped into a few people in the lobby. There was Adrian Binary Dinosaurs, Digital Binary Dinosaur, Tim Gilberts and Glenn from CRG and Mrs. Glenn from CRG, and they are all heading towards the bar, but I have had a very long day and I know it's going to be a very long weekend, so I'm going to bed. I'll see you in the morning. Morning. Not too bad. Could have done with a few more hours sleep, but yeah, it's a pleasant place to stay. I can highly recommend it. Heading for breakfast now. Oh, very backlit there. Heading for breakfast now with some chums. Push. Oh, sorry. Breakfast was good. Heading to the event. Andy.
Hello. I'm nearly there.
Yeah. I'm done.
What, just bring the electron? Let's stick you what up.
Just gonna have a quick walk around.
Yeah, I've got a bit more rough parked up in the cars over here.
There's Keith,
That's the original.
a Dudley, and a Matt.
Sorry, that's a sponsor requirement.
Oh, they only got 4 of them.
PCB, right? Confuse me with that image.
Yeah. Anyway, you brought yours. I'm going to compare settings later.
What's that? Oh yeah,
Yeah?
I've got it in the car. I need to go grab it in a bit.
I'm only halfway through watching the video, so no spoilers.
It's only short video.
But yeah, really,
Working for now. We'll see if it's still working.
I love the way you went to vectors instead of trying to actually get the screen to update.
I mean, it did.
Walking around Retrofest and seeing all of these beautiful machines preserved by the amazing exhibitors is incredibly inspiring. But as anyone who works on vintage hardware knows, keeping some of these old machines running often means dealing with failing components or building custom diagnostic boards. And that's where today's sponsor, PCBWay, comes in. Whether you're designing your own replacement boards in KiCad or building custom adapters to interface modern microcontrollers with 8-bit systems, PCBWay makes it incredibly easy to bring your designs into the real world. They offer high-quality, rapid prototyping for standard PCBs, flexible boards, and even advanced assembly services if you want them to populate the surface mount components for you. Plus, they offer CNC machining and 3D printing in a variety of materials, making it a one-stop shop for creating custom enclosures or replacement parts that are becoming impossible to find. To get started on your next hardware project and get a great discount on your first order, click the link in the description below. Thank you to PCBWay for supporting the channel, the community, and for helping to keep retro tech alive.
Hello.
Lee, alright. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Did you bring the 2 today?
I didn't bring the 2 today because my thing is small but beautiful.
Ah, right.
So I'm bringing some machines that were small in stature but big on promise.
Yeah.
I've got a Commodore 116 in here as well, which I'm going to sit down. That's quite.
That is pretty, isn't it?
Before I came here, I've upgraded her to 64K as well, so I can
Nice.
run all the Bliss 4 stuff.
Hello. Ah, yes, the one per desk. Right, lovely. I might have to change my. Hello. Hello. Have you got like the there's a Pi telephone exchange that you can play? Have you got that working with this? You got it here.
Have a look under there.
Hey. All right. So would that? Right. When you pick that up, what's it going to do?
You can try dialing the other connection.
It's connected.
Yes,
No.
yes. That's how the Pi. This is talking via virtual modem to virtual modem on there.
Yeah.
Via voice over IP. They've got a box here, which is voice over IP box.
Right.
Going to the telephone exchange, virtual modem to a Ceefax serving program.
Can you that's connected to the internet?
Yes, via
But it's
via
so you
4G modem. So it's updating every half hour.
your one per desk, your bastardized QL is connected to the
No, it's a
internet.
cousin of QL.
Yeah, via 4G. That's amazing. What else? Yeah, right, so you've got the Ceefax going. Can you
Yes.
get to anything else from here?
I could go to John's.
Glass TTY, John.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He's got a
what's his
service
name?
set up.
Yeah.
Ah.
So-
Right. So what's this one? Have I seen this one before? Oh, this is the Bear QL.
Yes, this is the naked QL, and what we've got here, because of no keyboard, I've got a Raspberry Pi board pretending to be a keyboard.
Right.
So
And then
go
your
to USB.
Yeah.
So, assuming that sometimes it needs resetting.
Oh, it's not going to work if you've got a camera pointed
Of
at it.
course not. Switch off and on again.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
And of course it's not working.
It probably will work later. There we go.
That was it. So I've got the virtual microdrive there.
Yeah.
So, and what this is demonstrating is no ROMs in there, so it's all on cartridge.
Oh, okay.
So I just type into my diagnostic one. Switch on.
This is a diagnostic run going.
Yeah, I wrote that last year, and come on. Of course, it's not working whilst it's on camera.
Yeah. And some contact cleaner. I should have brought some contact cleaner with me.
No.
You're on. No, go.
Dave, come back, Dave. Come in. Come in.
Don't do video.
Come in.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Well, we're setting up today, right, at Retrofest.
You had to think what it was called for a second. Do that again. This is all staying in.
Getting involved. I don't want to work with these amateurs. No.
God, it's sweaty to be on camera.
I thought you were stepping backwards.
Get this man a towel.
All you have to do is put your hands there.
Oh,
I like it. I sanded it and lacquered it.
that is really. That's like a VW camper van.
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of liked that.
That is really nice. Kudos to the chipboard as well. Or it's OSB, isn't it?
It is OSB.
Yeah. I know my board. Very nice.
The same sort of wood, deconstructed and everything like that, and it just, I loved it. It's not like it's particularly rare or expensive.
No, but it's just easy to see it like that. Yeah, good. I just like it.
That's fantastic. Maybe you make it.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Where you belong.
You have to give me the
No.
Did you do stickers as well? Got the plan
Morning.
Behold.
The ice dying.
Oh, we got power back on. Right. Okay.
Oh, yours has come back on, is it? Yes, theirs has. 50p on the meter.
I found his secret stash. Bye.
Let's face it, you're going to eat half of it.
There you go, sausage. Try this,
Oh.
Don't jump off this cliff.
That's a dare. Morning.
Morning, you right?
Yeah, good, thank you. Ready? Morning. Morning. Right. Morning.
Didn't want to pop off with the to get it.
You were hiding.
Yeah. Well, I did want to see it here out of nowhere. I've got something you might be interested in, I think. So this is the standalone version, which runs CPM.
Yeah.
This is the server version that runs NPM over a serial port.
Right.
And therefore remote boots at 480Z.
Okay.
This is a completely standalone CPM machine.
Right.
If you'd like a set of boards, I can give you a set of boards. Part numbers written on them.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Well,
Yeah,
we've got all
please.
the paperwork to do. Yeah, I'll get you set out later on.
Yeah.
We'll get it up.
That's really kind of you,
I can
thank you.
give you the standoffs to
Yeah.
put it all together.
Brilliant.
And probably some of the IDC sockets that work with the cards to connect it all together. But normally that machine would have come in a sort of 4U
Yeah.
case with the boards up vertically and the case.
It looks so much nicer stacked though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we designed it originally sort of during lockdown, as you always do.
Yeah,
these things.
yep.
And then as a way of making some boards for some machines that weren't working up at the museum in Cambridge.
Yeah.
And then the other guy who was helping me sort of dropped out. And I was like, well, what am I going to do with these? I might as well do something. So I then had them made up with the holes in it and then put it together.
Yeah.
And made some more machines out of it.
Oh, brilliant.
But the server runs the multi-user socket system, and then we'll boot this over the BNC network cable.
It's
And
really cool.
Because there isn't enough memory in here, or enough memory address space in the 64K of the Z80
Yeah.
to have any video memory. They put it out on the serial console instead.
Right.
And because NPM is a single user operating system and has no interrupt system in it whatsoever,
Yeah.
it's all PIO. So this runs, for the architecture of this, because NPM has to be interrupt driven because it's multi-user.
Yeah.
The architecture of this is fairly different from the architecture of that, but they use the same boards.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that all the boards look identical.
That's
There's just
correct.
a few cables that are in different places
Yeah,
and
exactly.
a blue skizzy missing off of this one.
Yeah, so there is an aftermarket where one of the engineers who worked for and made a version of CPM that will run a blue SCSI. I haven't as yet got the drive image working to do that. So at the moment it's booting off 2 floppy drives.
Yeah.
The reason being is that RM stamped the drive in a particular way to make that you only could use their drives.
Right.
And the only drive we know that has still in existence is sitting in TNMOC's archive room.
Oh, right.
And there's a guy in the US who believes it's his. There's a bit of an issue about
right.
So until they've sorted that out, we can't really get in there. But it will work. I mean, you can access the drive. It just says this is not a drive.
Yeah.
But basically, I mean, the only difference really is you've got the network interface board in this one.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you haven't got a graphics board in that one.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, which is
graphics board,
so what the major difference is that this on the network board in here, there's a couple of CTCs which are creating a 60 hertz tick.
Yeah.
For the, on the interrupt line.
Yeah.
To basically tell it to keep the machine going and keep it alive. And then these little cables link the interrupt priority chain.
Okay.
Because unlike the
they're missing off.
Exactly. Unlike the x86 architecture where you have an IRQ controller which they all go into, the Z8, as you probably know, has enabling and disable lines running in and out of it. So there's at least 3 Z8T peripheral chips between the hard drive controller and the
PIAs?
They are SIOs, CTCs, or PIOs.
Okay.
The SCSI or SASI, which is what's running that's got a PIO on it to drive the SASI or SCSI bus. The hard drive controller's got an SIO on it, the floppy drive controller's got an SIO on it, which is also the serial port.
Right.
And then the network card has got an SIO on it, because basically the RM's BNC network bus is actually just serial over RS485 over a common bus. And then there's a couple of CTCs on there which do the system timing.
Okay.
Would you mind? Yeah.
So you're now isolated from this. That's TMS 995. Same sort of banding as the 999.
No, it's Texas. It's got 64K of RAM, 24K of RAM, and it doesn't have the funny memory trick that the TI. 2 RAM.
Oh, that would work as well, actually.
Designed by TI engineers.
So, no, I think it's only micros here. I think
they released
I think what James.
So did it perform better on the TI in terms of performance?
Well,
It'll be hungover.
Box, certainly. Because it's got a reasonable amount of memory, you can do stuff with it. There's a necessary column of add-ons unless you bought the pen.
Morning.
Hello there.
All right.
Yeah, I can get the train going in a minute because the power's been going on and on.
Yeah, oh no. And you didn't bring a UPS?
Well, we haven't got one, so but we can...
Well, you've moved from... You were over there last year, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Then, I'll just do a quick move from to one, I hope.
Hey.
We can drive these from both the BBC and the New Bear.
Okay. What's the PDP-11 doing?
Well, at the moment, it's not because the power's going up.
Looking
down.
pretty?
It's going to be running RS611M.
Okay.
And then I've got a terminal window on this laptop that's hidden somewhere else.
This is a PyDP.
Yeah, it's a PyDP, but the sign is off a genuine one that I used to work on back in the 70s.
Right. Yes. You told me this is, and this is the thing you...
This is the 7768.
Yes.
The New Bear.
Yeah.
Which is actually going to be... It's their birthday next year.
Is it?
Well, 2077 from 77.
Wow.
So
50th year, yeah,
next
wow.
year. So that's the New Bear. We've figured out it's Fuzzy Bear.
Ah, right.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, obviously, they were design. Just like and Oracle went, you're right. Then 2 years later,
Wood grain. Fake wood grain.
Oh. Yeah, it's just not, these modern recreations, though, mate. They just don't look as good as
modern
as good as the real thing.
Yeah.
Why have you brought 2?
Because they're both hooked up to this. This is a multi-user CPM queue.
So you can actually play with.
Can we play a mud?
No, haven't got any. You
Ah.
can play Zzap 1, Zzap 2, and Zzap 3 at the same time, but on the same 4 megahertz at 18.
Oh wow!
And it originally had a 5 megabyte hard drive for all 3 users.
Fantastic.
What are they turning that on again?
This is where we find out it's you that's tripping the power.
I am the Victor 9000, the number one choice in business computers.
That's built in.
Yeah. And it's actually got a connection on the motherboard for basically audio recording as well.
No.
Yeah. And this predates the PC.
Oh, that should have been the PC.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
You probably prefer the female voice.
Hello there, big boy. How are you today?
Can't really hear it.
Hello there, big boy. How are you today?
No. Can't hear it. Yeah, super hard.
I am the Victor 9000, the number one choice in business computers.
Amazing.
Yeah. They're lovely machines. I say the graphics on it, it's proper 800 by 600 bitmap display. And it was designed by Chuck Peddle, who done the 6502.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Lovely job, mate. Right, moving on. Morning. Morning. Have a look at the C1. You should have brought a bigger computer. Is this the one I saw you struggling through the door with?
Would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I need a wide-angle lens. What is it?
It's a PERQ 2. It's a very, very early graphical workstation. Introduced in 1984 or so, the second to a workstation that came out in around 1980, and by some measures, the first graphical workstation available for commercial sale.
That's driving this now.
Exactly, yes. So,
What year was this?
This was 1984, but it's building on one that also was from around 1980 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Obviously the PERQ 1.
Exactly. Yeah, there really weren't many computers that could do what this one did when it came out, and everything about it is custom.
Have you seen that in 1981?
Hopefully for this, yeah, actually you could do that in that one in 81, yeah.
Good grief. That's amazing.
Using is one I've had to hack together without adapter there.
We do like some hackery.
So, yeah. But everything about the internals is pretty much custom. The CPU is in fact this entire board. It's a 20-bit slice processor.
A 20-bit?
Yeah.
I've got something for you.
Oh.
It's in my bag over there. I haven't got anything for you.
Stand on my speaker.
Right. This man wants me to stand on this thing.
This is I'll tell you all about it.
Speak your weight, simply stand on the scale and hear my voice. Oh God.
And I will calculate your weight. If you weigh 15 stones 10 pounds, if you are carrying a large server or a teleprinter, please put it down to try again.
You're a nasty man. That's brilliant. Carrying a large server. If you're carrying a large server or a teleprinter, please put it down and try again. What else does it troll you with?
Oh, I'll try it again. It'll tell you something different every time.
Please don't fidget. It makes my diodes hurt. You weigh 15 stones 10 pounds. As a precaution, I have alerted the structure of engineers.
Very good. Good morning.
Morning.
What have you got?
Unix machines. All the Unix machines. Our Macintosh G3, but it's running the very early version of Mac OS X.
Oh, okay.
So this is OS X Server. This is basically Next Step, but with an Apple menu bar. So it's a very halfway point between Next Step and what became
Jobs
Mac OS
came back.
X. Yeah, so this doesn't have any backwards compatibility with existing Mac software.
Right.
They were going to release it as an operating system, and then they went, oh, actually, that's not going to go down well.
Yeah.
So they relabeled it as a server enterprise only thing.
Right.
But if you wanted to turn your Power Mac into a server, it was great. And if you wanted to get started on Mac OS X development,
Yeah.
because this is
So
basically Mac OS X under the
Quite a
hood.
rare one then.
So the G3, there's a few of them around. I quite like this this model because it goes as old as Mac OS 8.
Yeah.
But it'll go up to Mac OS X 10.2, so you've got quite a range of things. And yeah, one of the few machines that will run Rhapsody. So I've got that.
Excellent.
So you recognise the chess program because
Yeah.
Apple shipped the chess program with many versions of Mac OS X. So that's. But it was originally a Next program.
Oh,
Yeah, that
really?
actually came with Next Step.
Ah. In,
Yeah, and
in that 3D format.
Yeah, and the Boing Out Breakout game is also a Next Step game.
Right.
That I think that didn't get shipped with Mac OS X, but here it is in this kind of intermediate version.
You need to clean your ball.
Oh, it's a bit grubby, isn't it?
A bit rumbly. You know that from all the Counter-Strike days.
So in the middle we've got Silicon Graphics 02, so that's a MIPS R5000.
That's not running on.
Yeah, that's
running that one.
Yeah, and then I've got two HP machines that aren't booted yet.
Right. Oh, you're going to switch those on as well.
I've got a KVM, so yeah.
Okay.
And then my favourite machine, this, if you look through the window, this is a SPARC industrial ATX board. So Sun didn't only sell computers, they did sell a few ATX main boards for industrial use. So if you want to make an MRI scanner, an industrial machine that already took an ATX board, Sun would sell you an ATX shaped Ultra SPARC board.
Right.
So you could run Solaris, but it's still fitted in your standard kit.
Oh, okay.
So I have put it in a stupid mid-2000s gaming
PC,
with blue
yeah.
LEDs because it's funny. But it's ATX, so it
It's
fits.
an ATX board.
But then the very long expansion card that's in there,
Down the bottom there.
is a Celeron 733 PCI card.
Oh.
So it's a full PC on a PCI
on a
card,
board, yeah.
which is why it's running Windows NT in a window. So if you had a Sun machine and you needed it for MATLAB or other Sun things,
very
but
clever.
you still needed Office, you'd buy that card, probably cost as much as a PC. It went in a PCI, so it's got its own RAM, it's got its own video chip, and you can have Windows NT in a window.
Fantastic.
But you have to put up with the Sun keyboard where Control and Caps Lock are the wrong way round. So that's like the Google way round. I know some people love that, but I don't.
No.
That'll cause a fight in the comments.
Yep.
And backspace is not in the top row where it should be. It's down a row. So if you're used to pressing Enter here, you'll press backspace a lot. But once you've got used to this keyboard and you've mentally worked out where backspace is, you then go to a regular keyboard, then you're forever pressing Enter instead of backspace.
Which is worse.
Which is worse.
Fantastic. And you're next door to another Sun.
Yeah, more Unix.
Slightly less functional Unix quality. Right? Oh, I've got an Apple. No
This is the Unix experience. This is
Yes.
Unix
What
corner.
survived
System
did
Admin
not
Simulator
survive on the way
97.
here.
Yeah.
He's got more buttons than yours there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got this little IPX unit that's trying to do its best to power up.
Oh. So all of the
It's had
Sun.
enough time to carry everything in yesterday, but not enough time to plug everything in.
So no self-destroying military laptops this year then?
No, well,
You thought
I've
you'd
got
go
it hidden
light.
under the desk for later.
Oh, right, okay.
Because this has got a graphics card coming on its way with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it's a headless Sun, which is a bit hard to demo. You know. Hoping my little IPX is going to power up in a second.
I'll let you carry on sweating, John. I'll come back and see you. I got with your present.
Yes. All the things to thank.
Good morning.
The professionals.
Only models.
I love that keyboard. What is that?
It's touching it.
It's spongy. But at least they put like the detents in it, so you could feel where your hands wouldn't get lost. That's not so bad.
Right, so that will now move back to screen so the just takes. When I hit this upstairs, just running on a solid, occasionally it would crash out, right? So just control the Amiga on Amiga, let it reboot, and get back to the old thing. This screen. Right, okay. So, TS is on a loop. Right, this is not people to play with. I refer people not also to chart meetings. So this isn't for people to play with, this is for people to look at, take pictures, read about, right? Occasionally,
Grabbing a bit of B-roll.
Yeah. Trying to keep the hands steady.
Yeah, before the madness stops.
Once everybody's in here, you're just like doing this around people's backs.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
Saw you last year. You all right? Derek. What have you got today? Oh, this is the the PERQ IDE. Is this the first one in the country?
I think so. I believe so.
Oh.
It would work as well if they let me have power.
Oh.
I was tripped again on our side.
Oh dear.
And it works quite well. I wanted to demo it. He's changed the firmware so it will now do 2 channels, 2 IDEs at the same time, so you can have CD-ROM and hard drive just from one device. It's a bit like a Blue SCSI.
He's just a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius.
QR code. Can I see Flame Lily? Ooh. Assembled. Pico CPC's not got a price.
I know, because I don't have them.
Damn it!
I know, but at least he's back on it, as you know.
Yeah.
He's back on it.
Right.
Right.
Start at the beginning.
Well, you have to start from the beginning. So they're founded in the early years of Sinclair. So here we've got his, he was contributing rights to Practical Wireless.
Yeah.
And his first article for it was written while he was still in school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's allegedly his photograph on the front with his micro radio design.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, exactly. That's artistically, it's him, you know. So, But that eventually resulted in the Sinclair Micromatic when he set up. Yeah, so that was the world's smallest radio, 1967. Yeah, absolutely tiny, isn't it? It's just a little tiny, weighs practically nothing.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
There's 1 or 2 I definitely don't have it then.
Yeah. I'll tell you who he is after. So it's just absolutely tiny. So then we've got obviously the rest of it. We've got a range of his calculators, the Oxford. This is the Sinclair Cambridge calculator, so it's 1973.
Wow.
We did a range of colours, but I chose the red one because the prototype of the MK14 actually used a red calculator as its display and keyboard, because it was octal based, not hexadecimal.
Right.
So that was why I chose that one. Obviously got his scientific programmable, so that was 75, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously then you got the MK14 kit, which when the NEB took over from started investing heavily because Micronics was going down the drain, he got Chris Curry to set up this, which did the Black Watch.
Is that one working?
This is working, yes, but you can only just see the display because it's a calculator display, and it's the old display, so it's the old one which just gives you the dashes, not the zeros. So it's a bit different because you've got to press term after every entry.
Yeah.
So it's a bit unusual. So so he basically went on, got Chris got that very popular. Obviously, he left them before they did anything else. The TV was when it was still Sinclair Radionics. That was their first.
Yeah.
When the money got reinvested, so he tried to do the little micro TV. And then, of course, they set up.
Hang on, watch. Where's the watch?
The watch. I haven't got the watch, but I've got the advert for it. The black watch. Yeah, I just brought an advert for it, and there's an advert for it in here as well. So on one of the kits, I think. So. Because that's the one he did, which is the calculator watch with the MK14. Yeah, I don't collect watches.
No.
It's the one thing I don't collect, so I got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah,
exactly. But then obviously the classic ZX80 with a TV that you probably would have used it with the time.
Yeah.
So and fully working for you to do. With this unusual having to press O to get print.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's false stripes. And of course, the kit, the ZX81 kit to represent. That's how I built mine originally.
That's an original kit, not built.
It is, yeah, unbuilt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Should we go? I've got a soldering iron with me.
Yeah, right.
I'll wait till you go for lunch.
This is actually my original ZX80.
Did you kit build this?
Yeah,
one?
this is a kit built one. Yeah, so it's got quite damaged because it's my original pack and my original printer.
To see your soldering.
Yeah, because it's.
How old were you when you built that?
I don't know. So I was 65. I was born, and it came out in 81. So 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell it's mine because it's got the little metal bar where I fixed it to the plywood board, so I could clamp this on and the printer and everything.
Get rid of the wobble.
Yeah, exactly. So they're my originals, and this is now obviously Sinclair's later TV attempt, and that along with the QL pretty much put them into the financial difficulties they had. But of course the classic Spectrum sold for years, didn't they? So we got the rubber keyed Wonder, obviously. We got the Plus version, which has actually got its Interface 2 on and a cartridge. Got a micro drive fitted to the 128K because of course it was still working with the Interface 1 underneath. It's a QL at the back, obviously, that was where they started to really get their financial difficulties and ended up selling off to Amstrad, who did the future range. So Plus 2, representing the Plus 2A, the grey.
Yeah, there's a few Plus 2s.
And Sinclair himself diverted back later on and did the Z88. Hey, it's open. Right, now it's going to get busy, Lee. It's going to get busy.
That's why I'm here now.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously that represents his branch. The test meter one, that went on to become Fandar when it was all set.
Oh, yeah.
So it's still going today under a new name. So all the test meter stuff still going today as an engineering firm, And then finally on the end, the piece de resistance, the ZX Spectrum Next, which is, and it's here running, obviously representing a Plus 3. It's running an original 3-inch disc. So you can just do a cat of the drive. And in fact, if I put in my original dev pack drive, this is what I used to work on the Plus 3, so this is my original Plus 3 work disc. So
please don't break.
Well, I have no idea what's in it, so I haven't really had time to look yet. So let's have a little look. So if I cat that, what we got on there? There we go, so we got it's the Highsoft gens and Mons, so the monitor and the assembler. And it looks like a couple of programs I've written, so I just have to have a fiddle later and try and load those up.
Excellent.
Yeah, and of course we got the classic micro drive shooter take a bit. There we go. And that is what I've put on for everyone to see.
Oh, do you want to put it here for a sec?
Okay.
Oh no! That's amazing. Have you got some tightening up to do on the hinge?
Still a work in progress.
I really, really admire what you've done. Hey, look, you've even got the kind of two-tone texture as well from the original.
This is a standard PEI plate printed on that surface, so you get the texture.
Yeah.
And then you print these.
Oh, on that side. Yeah, right. Okay.
And you get the
the two-tone.
Yeah.
Like the original. Very, very nice.
So
right.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
This is
on the way up.
This is a first production board. There's going to be a new version with a minor change.
Okay. So we've got HDMI out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cheers.
Oh, you've built in the RGB to HDMI?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this. You've shown this on the Discord, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's here. So just the three.
Brand new power supply.
It's got the turbo board on there. This has got the latest code from Mugwai.
Yeah.
The rest of the
So it runs even faster on Mode 7.
C6502. It's got the ROM in. It's got 15 languages in there. You can select them with the switches on there. This is the ROM. This is the logic. So this is for the cartridge slot on the top.
Yeah.
PERQ, RGB HDMI, and you can add another pi in there.
Triple pies. That's amazing. Thank you very, very, very much.
For an Electron, you only need a ROM, a RAM, CPU, a RAM, and a logic chip for the graphics.
And that'll run.
That's it. What?
Why?
You don't need that. The base for a basic out.
Yeah.
You just solder those links and these links down there.
Yeah. So they're using the Mogwai ULA or a standard one.
Or a standard one.
Right.
So this is. I've used his design as a standard.
Yeah.
So you can just.
Don't break it.
That's. This is a revised design. So this is all on one board.
Ah.
And you can just order it from GLC.
Ah.
What I've done is
What's going to be the unit cost, do you reckon? Say if you ordered 5.
About 200 quid.
For 5.
It's the shipping that kills it nowadays.
Yeah.
Let's have a handshake.
Game the system.
What colour did you go for in here? The orange. Be gentle with the flat.
No, they're robust now. Please don't break.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. I was not worried you wouldn't come up here.
Oh, so did you take round some more? Oh, hello, mate.
Thank you. Does it say break? What?
You have to click on the actual pointy bit of the arrow.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Yeah, it's quite specific.
What sort of air is this? Is it a helicopter?
It must be.
Must be. Wasn't a drone back then, was it?
No.
Somebody paid for a helicopter for this video, though. So
Yeah.
It's not that much of a prototype, is it?
Well, helicopter's got to be the winner, surely.
Yeah.
Helicopter's got to be the winner.
Really, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in terms of speed, if you want to win the game.
Well, yeah, but you can only get like 2 or 3 people on it. If you've got 40 people to and there's other variables like
You have to, you have to take into account budget.
And budget, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Budget, comfort,
of course.
Fuel economy. So.
Yeah, that might not be the winner.
Yeah.
Then. Excellent. What else you got? Doomsday.
So yeah, Doomsday machine, doing Doomsday type things.
What's this? Oh. It's not as big as the Atari one, but it's got a nicer feeling.
It's still premium.
Yeah.
It's 2 paragraphs. Yeah, Doom 13. Did you look something up?
What's that?
So that's where. Sorry?
What's that one?
Okay. That's the laser display that's running the Doomsday.
That's right. Yeah, that's the storage.
So this one is different because this has got programs on floppy disk. So all the program is running in here, but streaming video off this. Whereas the Doomsday has got its own file system on the laser.
Yeah, the client.
So it streams the data as well as the video.
Is that's yours as well?
So that's ours as well on the end. That's Acorn Cambridge workstation. So that is essentially a BBC Micro in a box with a 3216 coprocessor.
How much RAM?
4 megabytes, $5,000 or so to you back in 1986 or something like that.
Monstrous.
Pocket money.
It runs this operating system called Panos.
Right.
And this is the demo program it's decided to do at the moment, which is the most interesting thing it does.
Another thing.
It calculates prime numbers. It calculates many prime numbers.
Yes, I've actually got that was designed for the European market, and it started life off as a clone. But they got about
Well, it's the end of day one, and I've just had a really, really good day. And as you can probably hear by my gravelly voice, I'm done. I'm absolutely shattered. We did go to the Goddard Arms and had a meal there and some nice company and nice chat. And we're going to do it all again tomorrow. Not the Goddard Arms. The Goddard Arms that's fine. It's a decent enough pub. Anyway, right. So I'm going to have a nice long sleep now. I don't have to be at the event till 10 o'clock, so I'll get up and have a nice relaxed breakfast, and I'm hopefully going to have a nice long sleep. I've got a different room, and it's really nice. Yeah, see you in the morning. Really, really lovely night's sleep and a nice breakfast with good company, and I'm off back to the event now. See you there. Bye. That's coming through the telly. Yeah.
I will message you about the Electron. We'll come up with a plan. You are 2, 3, 4 hours away from me by car.
Hello. Finally got over to see you. All right. What's new this year?
So we've got a calculator.
Oh.
So we've taken the kit, shrunk it down onto a single PCB. So it's still a Z80 ROM, RAM, and glue logic.
Right. It's got its own display as well.
So, well, yeah, this is just so it's got a an I2C bus.
Yeah.
So you can plug in these little sort of cheap displays and various other bits and pieces. I'll go back in again.
Runs off a battery as well.
So USB-C power or jack.
Yeah.
But this is a power header, so you can plug in I've got a battery charge circuit here, so I'll run off one of these.
Oh wow.
And that gives you USB and jack charge the battery.
Right.
Or it can run purely off, so it switches seamlessly between them. So if I plug the USB-C in, like that, goes on charge, and you can see that it switches to USB, and this will charge up now. So this display and this charging sign is all to go inside. This is a calculator module. There's a calculator unit. So this is, this is like a 8-bit Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
But flip that over.
Z80 based Raspberry Pi. Okay.
So you flip that over, and it fits in here. So you got the RC expansion bus.
Right. Which is like a bit of like a GPIO.
Yep. Power and data. And you get keyboard and this LCD. And then there's an expansion module, so this end piece comes off. You can make your own little PCB.
Oh, nice.
And plug in, so I'm hoping to do something like a MIDI controller and maybe a LoRa module, something like that. A few things to plug in.
So you've based it on the.
So this is the inspiration. So we've got the same dimensions. It's a little bit thicker because it's got the expansion port, but it's essentially the same thing. So whereas this was a 4-bit processor, 256 kilohertz clock.
You can see the cycles happening.
Yes. So this is 8 megahertz, 512k RAM, etc., and runs the CPM and so on.
Nice.
So the annoying thing is that the PCB that integrates the LCD and the keyboard together is currently stuck in customs because of all the import stuff that's been going on lately. Apparently it'll arrive in the country on Monday.
Right.
Oh,
that's lovely. Get that down a bit. Zorculator, brilliant. Yes, brilliant.
And then we're slowly moving forward with the video chip. So.
This is the one that, the video chip for the Spectrum, yeah?
Yeah, Spectrum, and so the start was to make a video output for my kids.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do the Raspberry Pi and all that sort of stuff because you spend your entire life updating firmware. So this is a completely hardware, completely non-processor chip.
Okay, so you're sniffing the bus.
So
for the
the host computer, this looks exactly like a 16K RAM chip.
Okay.
So address lines, data lines, read and write, chip select,
Which is basically screen memory.
Yeah. So this host board sits it under the Spectrum screen memory.
Yeah.
And also under the Spectrum's ROM.
Okay.
So when the Spectrum writes to its screen memory, it'll happily turn up on screen.
Yeah.
So if it writes to the ROM,
right,
you get access to all the registers and so on in this to set up. We've got 6 layers of graphics. We've got tiles.
This is running on a Spectrum. Yeah. So what's inside here?
Completely unmodified Spectrum. This is an issue for Portuguese Spectrum.
How are you doing this witchcraft?
So by writing to the registers, you get. So this is tiles. This is a custom. This is a character map. So this is actually a custom font to do a monochrome screen. You get sprites.
The sprites as well on a Spectrum. What Spectrum is under here?
So this is the same chip that plugged into my computer.
Right.
And I'm just running a different demo.
Right. Okay.
So I'm stealing these same graphics and just using them to do Pac-Man because it's fun.
Yeah.
And you get sprites, you get palette effects, you get raster effects, you get all sorts of fun bells and whistles.
Is this going to be a product?
Yes. So on the plus side, you get all of those extra bits and pieces. So it's actually slightly above the Spectrum Next in terms of graphics spec.
Oh, don't say that too loud.
Because this will do 848 by 480.
Yeah.
But you can dial it down to the original Spectrum resolution and just get this bit.
Right.
But it'll go up to 848 by 480. As
That's
I say,
huge.
6 layers. It has a built-in SD card interface because obviously there's a lot of data.
Yeah.
So if you want to pull in data from the SD
Is it having
card,
to swap in and out all the time, or has it got enough on board on
so
here?
on board it's got 1 meg of.
Oh, okay, plenty.
Yeah. And yeah, so depending on the host card, you can plug it into, because it looks like a RAM chip, you can plug it into pretty much any 8-bit
Right.
CPU.
So I've got 2 questions.
Yep.
When will this be a product?
So
That's the first difficult one.
So the current state is that the flashing the firmware updates at the moment requires a bit of specialist hardware.
Right, which is not ideal.
Which is not ideal. I'm re-spinning this chip so it's not this horrible castellated, it's a pin plug-in module, because I've discovered that those are just a pain
They're
in the
horrible.
ass. Yeah. So the new version will have proper pin thing. I've just got to finish the SPI stuff so it can read properly from SD card, at which point it will be able to self-update.
Okay. Well, over Wi-Fi then?
So you'll be able to put in an SD card,
right.
program, and it'll do its firmware.
Okay.
So once I've got that done, so I'm ordering the new spin of hardware, hopefully in the
So you're not far off, basically.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks we've ordered a new spin of hardware. When that comes, I'll be sending out dev units to anyone who wants to play with it.
Please?
No, absolutely, because the thing at the moment is I can do so much. I've got a nice documented API. It's very straightforward to code on because it is just memory map graphics.
Yeah.
You're not programming anything.
Yeah. You're not on the metal.
No, so you're just writing bitmaps and
Yeah.
tile maps and all that sort of stuff. But I need to now to get it in people's hands and then to
Find out
tell me,
what's broken.
what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And the only big limitation on the Spectrum is that because this is putting out VGA,
Yeah.
so it's synced to a VGA signal,
Yeah.
the timings don't match the Spectrum screen
Yeah.
time. So if you've got it, you can run Spectrum titles and they'll all be fine. But if they do raster effects,
Oh, that's not going to work.
they won't work. So it's sort of
Can that be swapped to HDMI
so yeah.
on a converter?
So this puts out 9 bits RGB digital
Okay.
video effects.
It's fairly standard.
It's very standard. So with resistor ladder you get VGA,
Yeah.
but a HDMI converter chip should be able to do the job. So one of the things to do is a host board that has a HDMI socket.
Yeah.
I think with HDMI the highest resolution, the 848 by 480 is. I've got to check. Some chips will support it, some won't. So displays are pretty good, but whether your HDMI converter will
Some of them can be really fussy.
a bit sulky, so.
Um,
But you can use VGA, so 640 by 480. So, yeah.
The second more difficult question.
Yep.
How much is one of those going to cost?
I'm aiming for only 100 quid.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
doable.
And the big challenge is it's a BGA layout. So to make these economically, I have to do a reasonable
Scale.
So it all comes down to, are enough people interested for me to do a batch, and then it brings the price down. And,
Yeah.
So
It's a hard question to answer.
but
You've done well.
It's been carefully designed, unlike the Next.
Yeah.
A lot of other things. They basically use the biggest FPGA they can get away
Yeah.
with, because you have to. This uses a very, very small FPGA
Yeah.
and does its tricks by using external RAM,
Okay.
which is infinitely cheaper.
What about the software? Will it run the next software or?
So it won't. It's not compatible with the Next I/O layouts,
Yeah.
because the trouble with the Next is it has to work around all of the
Yeah.
Spectrum stuff. And I've gone the other way. I've said, right, I'm not trying to be super compatible with, ULA Plus and all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. I've sort of said, right, I will support basic Spectrum graphics
Yeah.
as a sort of side effect, and then the rest is
A new thing.
which gives me an entirely clean API.
Yeah.
Whereas the Spectrum Next, it's we've got an output here that you have to do a magic sequence to.
So what about software?
So there's various demos online, because I'm Z80 based. Most of the code that works on my machine will work pretty much identically with a little bit of the address changes on the Spectrum.
Okay.
So there are demos that will happily run on here, and they're all on GitHub. So,
Okay.
you know.
All right, that sounds very promising.
And there's specs for how it all works online as well. So.
My last question is, why have you got a SNES port on the Spectrum?
Because everyone should have a SNES port on the Spectrum. It's the easiest to do. If you want a
nice
easy
controller.
nice controller and an easy socket, it's like, oh yeah, you can make one of those very easily.
Yeah.
So, right, gonna have one of those.
Very good. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Hey, yeah. You alright?
Yeah, good.
Right, what you got going on here?
Cartridge flipper, Dragon MMC, which is like a Coco SD cartridge kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's got dual ROM, so it's a true Tandy color computer too as well.
Oh, nice.
It's got
on the fly, or do you have to switch?
No, you got to switch.
Right.
You get full Tandy color ROMs.
Yeah.
It's got a keyboard matrix swapper in the keyboard, so the keyboard.
Oh, so you got the excellent.
So
I like the power supply as well.
Oh yeah, wonderful 28 volts voltage and 8.5 volt. So try replacing with
Perfectly standard.
Yeah, try replacing that on the fly. Here we go. I'll swap them over. There you go. Candy color.
The Coco. Very nice.
And the keys work as well.
Excellent. Is this all of yours?
No, that's Richard's stuff. He does the Dragon
They
data.
put all the Dragons in one place.
And, yeah, this is my the collection of microdeal software.
Oh, right.
So it's got pretty much all the microdeal software released with 8-bits, bar a couple of variants. One of those for the Aquarius, so I'm not going to find out what they're. But yeah, I've got a near complete version. These are all just all the small box releases.
Yeah.
Some of the big ones there. I haven't bought everything because it would just be ridiculous. I wouldn't be able to store everything.
So why microdeal then?
My first computer was a Dragon.
Yeah.
And microdeal did what US Gold did. They licensed American games and brought them over. So if it wasn't for John Symes, the guy who started microdeal off, then the Dragon may not even started off at all, because they launched the Dragon and he also already had a massive library of Coco games to choose from.
Yeah.
Brought them over here, relicensed them, given them nice artwork, and suddenly there was like 100 odd games to start with for releasing the Dragon.
Excellent.
So they come from anything from like basic typing stuff from the Coco magazines, like some of the adventures and some of the early games.
Those ones.
Utilities, or then the obvious arcade clones. Which,
I love the names of some of these. So Donkey King. What's the Pac-Man clone?
Well, it's quite several of them.
Pac-Man.
That's very rare. There was only 2 games ever released for the VIC-20. Yeah.
Space Monopoly.
Another one there. That was actually a TRS-80 Model 1 game. So it's pretty much identical.
I think I played that one.
Yeah. A Time Band, it was started off on the TRS-80 Model 1, then they ported it to this. Then they went on to go on the Amiga and ST as a really big game, wasn't it? So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made a film of it.
Well, I think that was not really related to that. But,
no, I don't.
But yeah, you can see there's obviously the Cuthbert mascot, isn't it?
Yeah. Everybody had to have a mascot.
Yeah.
That's a lovely collection.
Oh, thank you. There's a couple of things have unearthed themselves, which I've done repros for as well, because we've never released for the VIC-20, but it was surfaced a couple of years ago on the internet. So I'm actually getting a version of that. And here's another one. That was found on a disc about 10 years ago. I had it in my collection. I can't remember where I got it from, but it's an old computerware game. But when you load it up, it does say licensed by Microdeal.
Oh, right.
It was never released.
Oh,
so it would have been around. But I've done a repro for it myself.
You've recreated it.
So I would have been like.
Oh, even the inside quite.
Around 1985 it would have come out. So. But
bought with your pocket money, but not really.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, it's not a very good game. It's one of those sort of one of those dungeon crawlers where you can see top down, you move around, but then you got to type in commands and stuff.
Right.
A little bit like the Trip for the Spectrum.
Oh, that might be the best one I've ever seen. Galagon.
Yes.
Someone's gone Galaga, Galagi, Galagon. Fantastic. It might be my favourite thing about that era. It's the way everybody just ripped off everything.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, there's 64 games by Mike could do that, but even though they may look better on there, they always play better on Dragon.
You think? Yeah,
yeah I think so, because I mean, the Dragon was done by the US, and in-house programmers did the Atari, and they did the Oric, and they did the BBC as well. Yes. Well, that's not an official sticker. I did that myself. If you want me to open it.
Are they on charge? Yeah. Are they working?
Yeah.
This one was in a film or something, wasn't it? Isn't it Mission Impossible or something?
Not that one, I don't believe. Now, film-wise, I've been told that one was in a James Bond film.
Right, yeah.
That one I know is in Die Hard 4.
Right.
Because the ridiculous stuff the hacker guy does with it is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, you see like the James Bond film where they're doing sat-nav on their watches and things back then. And it's all come true. Why is there a Spectrum on there?
Because it's a Spectrum emulator.
No, run it for me, please.
I'll see if it works still. No idea what I've got on here.
It's not a bad screen, actually, is it?
Oh, it's a lovely screen, and it's a very early Symbian OS.
Yeah. One of my most favourite games ever was on a Symbian phone. It was, is it the N90? Nokia. I think it was the Nokia N90. Have you got one?
Yes, it probably was. I haven't got one of those.
And it was the motocross one. You know, where you go sideways and you have to.
Oh, a bit like Kickstart.
Yes, exactly that. It was brilliant. A Java game.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Quote.
Shift and no. I wonder what the shift key. Oh, there you go.
No.
No idea if this will actually work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not steering. Oh, there you go.
That's brilliant. I would have loved this. What year was this one? Remember? Not the game, the phone.
The actual phone, yeah. I'm trying to think what year. We must be still in sort of early 2000s, mustn't we? But yeah, I've got obviously the newer, new version of it, or newish. And this was obviously much better to pocket than that. And this is Symbian Series 80, I think it is.
Oh, I like the keyboard.
Oh yeah. Although saying that, I still think the keyboard on here, if you're sitting touch type,
well, that one's already shown its weakness by tipping up.
Yeah, I know. Well, they'll both do probably, but yeah, it's.
The screen looks bright. Is that just not turned up as much? The screen looks brighter on the other one.
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes the lamination and what have you sort of deteriorates, doesn't it?
Nice.
But yeah, it was,
Nokia did know how to make some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was very exciting times when you got on your phone back then, wasn't it?
I do still torment my friend Jason, who had the Cornish pasty one, for having a Cornish pasty phone. Was it the Engage?
Oh, I love the Engage.
Yeah, I love it as well, but yeah, it's still tormenting. Poor fella.
Yeah.
My long-suffering friend. Well, thank you very much. James.
I was playing chess on it as well, but I got distracted by chucking it.
Oh, that's easily done. That's so addictive, Ducky Egg. I love that screen.
It's amazing. It was just a little cheap thing on a jumble sale table.
Is it already got? Did it have composite in already?
Yeah,
No.
It's kind of modern.
Wow.
I think it was designed for people that go camping.
Yeah,
It's off 12 volts. It's the only CRT I have left.
Oh right.
Because
it's the only one you got space for.
And also, you can lift it up with one finger.
Yeah.
Which is it really is a.
Oh right. Yeah.
I mean, and because I can balance it on top of the old stuff.
Hide the connections which are disconnected, pretend it's still running.
So this is all connected to this, is it?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
amazing.
Fully working, yeah.
Oh, I'm so impressed. Yeah.
You had a good weekend?
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a bit of fun.
A bit of fun. How many hours have you poured into these things?
Oh, shut up, thing.
Yeah.
2 years of work getting that working.
Was it?
Yeah.
Or was it multiple things, or just that you had to recreate stuff? Or
No, nothing recreated. Well, no, nothing recreated for that. But the keyboards are the Keytronics keys with sponge rubber buttons on them. They all disappear. The power supply does a great impression of a bonfire when you plug it in.
did it let out the smoke?
Oh, quantities of smoke, unbelievable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long did your house smell for?
On in fence it still does because there's a constant stream of these going through. And I should learn by now that actually none of the power supplies are viable, you need to repair them all.
Yeah. Or replace them. No, don't replace them.
No, I repair everything. I don't replace
Excellent.
everything.
What's this?
So that is a light version of Itelex.
Okay.
So this is based on an Austrian, what they call an Anschlussgerät. There would have been a plug-in module here made by, I think, Lorenz in this case, that would convert it from German modem tones to German teleprinter
Oh, okay.
control. The Itelex group got together and bought 400 or 500 of these damn things. We were just buying them because you can't buy these sockets anywhere anymore.
Right.
And one of the guys in the forum said, well, I'll build something with a Pi that plugs in there. And they did. And this is what they call Pytelex.
Right.
And you have a little Pi Zero, it's all Wi-Fi enabled, plug it in and it operates just like Itelex. There's some
Okay.
other clever features like a online translator, so you can receive a message in German and it'll output in English.
Oh, nice.
Which is very nice. Some of us don't like programming Pis, myself included. One character wrong in a command line argument and it doesn't like it.
Yeah.
It just sits there, folds its arms and says, I've had enough of you and I'm not doing anything else. So I thought, right, throw that away, you don't want that anymore. This is a proven system, it works. So what we'll do, we'll put the Ethernet chip on there, or the Ethernet controller on there, Ethernet interface there, or we'll align the interface and fit there. Oh, we've got a bit of room on top, let's stick a message generator on top as well. Plug it all in a box, there's an entry-level Itelex system. The catch with a full Itelex system like this, you don't have to have all these cards. You know, transformer, power supply, Ethernet card, one line interface. That's all you need to start.
Okay.
It's still going to cost you £400 to £500 built in a box.
Okay.
It's not cheap. This, including one of these,
These are legacy prices, yeah?
oh, that's current.
Oh, that's current prices.
Yeah, these are current manufacture.
What?
They're current manufacture. I build these.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right, you know what you're talking about. Carry on.
Yeah, so these were, I made these because people were moaning, certainly in the UK market, oh, we can't afford to do this, it's so expensive as a hobby. But you just spend a couple of £100 getting a machine, and it's going to sit on a shelf do nothing.
Yeah.
So we come up with this, and you can get one of these working £100. We
Well, that's
can't
a bit
make it
better
any more
value.
entry level if we try.
No. That gives them a way in to use their...
Yeah, and then normally what you find is they buy one of these, play with it for a bit. Yeah, that's great. I've really got the bug now, but I want to connect more machines. Aha, now then.
Now it's going to cost you.
Yes. So I was the first person in the UK to get iTelex. It's a German system, originally designed by a German guy. He passed away. I've taken on doing some of the hardware development.
Okay.
The software's all done. It works perfectly. I don't do the software. A couple of tiny little bugs. One day I'll teach myself the software and then I'll fix the bugs, but it doesn't stop me from using it. And away it goes.
So that people still use telex machines? I thought this was...
It's a hobby network, but it's not commercial.
Nobody uses it commercially? Okay.
Commercial telex network was shut down in 2004.
All right. But people use it as... People do the telex as a hobby.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I never knew this.
There's about 350 of us connected on the network.
Really?
Yeah. There's about 1,000 machines in all.
What do you send to each other?
Just messages.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the old internet, isn't it? It was the old...
Yeah.
It was the old email as well.
But it's, you know, it's like a lot of people will, you know, they'll used to have 2G phones just for the sake of sending boring text messages. You know? Well,
absolutely. Marvellous. So how many more machines have you got at home then, if this is... this is just what you bring to a show?
I think in total there's 124.
No! You live in a barn or?
I rent a barn.
You rent a barn? Okay, fair enough.
There's about last count around 124 machines. I'm going to Germany end of next month, end of June. I've got at least 2 machines I'm bringing back from there. I'll probably find some more.
I think this one's my favourite.
1958 Siemens T100.
58?
Yeah.
It's got to be the oldest machine here.
I think so, yeah, by a comfortable margin.
Yeah.
I've got older machines at home.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
How old?
I think the earliest one I've got is 1937.
A telex machine?
Yeah.
From 1937? Yeah. Jesus. I had no idea. Right, I've got enough hobbies. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
That's lovely. Cheers. So going on record now.
Yes.
And no.
You are trouble, man.
And I'm home. Oh, what a brilliant weekend. I've had such a good time. It's actually Tuesday now, 2 days later, and I'm still exhausted. I just want to say thank you to Tony and to Pete, the guys from Short Circuit, for putting on such a brilliant show. Everybody that I spoke to and everybody that I've heard from has said what a brilliant time they've had, and everybody, without exception, can't wait to do it all again next year, and I include myself amongst them. Thank you to everybody that stopped by to say hello and to say nice things to me and to everybody else there. All of the people that came along as punters, as people to view the exhibits. Everybody was just so nice to us. It was such a friendly, lovely atmosphere. And I got presents as well. So Paul brought me a box of stuff, including this. That's going to be a future video. It's a Jupiter Race recreation. And the best thing about it, it doesn't work. Yes. And to Mark Hillier, who created this, and a lot of people were talking about this over the weekend. It's an Acorn Electron recreation, which has many, many amazing features. So thank you, Mark, for giving me this board. I look forward to putting this in a real Acorn Electron case at some point in the future. That's going to be a build video. And a big thank you to James from the RM user group. Is it RM user group? Yep, it's the RM user group, for handing over a big stack of boards so that I can create my own RM380Z. Something that I never thought I would be building, but it looks like I'm going to be now. I know absolutely nothing about them. I'll be starting completely from scratch. So it'd be interesting to explore and to see how far I get. Oh my God, there's so many chips on this thing. There's so many. This might be my favourite thing though. This was brought to me, or given to me, by the world-renowned, famous Lemmings creator, Mike Daly, and he signed it for me. Thanks, Mike. I will treasure it forever. Anyway, thank you to everybody for handing stuff over and being so friendly. We all had such a brilliant time, and I look forward to it again next year. Right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm just gonna go sleep, I think. I'm gonna sleep for a week.